it can't be that bad. Alright, tell me about it.
And then came back, and then I wasn't super fond of solo queuing for a season, so I played a little less games, and then it's like I'm down I'm like 30-40% win rate. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. While you're loading up your game, I'm gonna quickly look through your tracker and see if there's anything crazy. You have 2 duos, of which you are really losing with.
Yeah, they're both the same guy, different account. So
okay,
yeah.
Why?
He had the other one prior, and then I guess it was his buddy overseas or something. He was like in the military, and he was playing on Extend like Champs Vandal or something, and then he came back from the military, so now he's back on his main.
Okay, which one is his main?
Barely Awake.
Yeah, stop playing with this guy.
I mean, that's probably pretty real.
Yeah, stop playing with this guy. I mean, your solo queue win rate is almost 60%. Your duo queue win rate goes down significantly because you're playing with someone who can't carry their own weight. If you want to win,
yeah, I've been contemplating it. Honestly, I've been.
If you're not,
and, my old duo did before he was playing with some people that were in like tier 2, and it was during my break, and I got back. I solo queued a bit. Was having a ball. That's when I first hit Immortal, and we got back. He's like, "Yo, I'll play." I'm like, "All right, cool, whatever." And I thought that at some point eventually I have to be strong enough to be able to like neck it, but I don't want to blame it on somebody else if it's not their fault. So, but it's been rough.
Well, let me put it this way: you don't have to blame someone else because it is technically on you. Personally speaking, if you're Immortal skill level, I know for myself, for example, I barely play the game, but I know for a fact that even if I had a shit duo going 0.8, I could carry both me and my duo up to Immortal.
I'd say like I'd DM him and be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I'm so ass." I'm like, but if I'm Immortal, I should be able to like.
Yeah. So, however, they're not helping. They're not helping. If you like, it's hard. It's easy to say that kind of thing because like imagine Imagine
you put players on a team with 4 toddlers, right? And like he's still gonna
yeah, like right? It's easy to say, oh yeah, if I was this professional player, like Tens for example, I would win all these games. But like you're not Tens, so you have to think realistically. Like I could say the same thing if I'm not that great at the game. I'm okay. But if you put me on the diamond lobby, I'm gonna carry like 80% of the games, even though I'm not a professional player or anything like this. But it's not realistic for me to just say that to you, right? Like, just be better, lol. Like, no, you actually have to. You have to have the traits and build the skill in order to do it. And in my opinion, it's more motivating to play the game when you win.
Yeah.
If your duo is literally the reason why you're literally 45% win rate, like you're 10% win rate down from your solo queue win rate because you're playing in a duo, which shouldn't be the case. It should not be the case at all. So. Yeah, if you're not connected with this guy, if you're not like vibing, I wouldn't. Yeah, I don't recommend it. Like, I'm gonna be super honest. This is not looking good. This doesn't look good at all. There's a bunch of theory behind why duo queue and diamond is kind of bad in general. Because the person who is, when you get to a lower rank, if we talk about like literally gold players and silver players, if you think about them duo queuing with each other, let's say you have an equal rank.
2 silver people, yeah.
No. Let's say that we have an equal rank and skill gold player, right?
Mhm.
Over the course of time, you're going to improve naturally. One of those players is going to improve significantly faster than the other one. And if they continue to duo queue, what's going to happen is the average rank is going to they're going to average their rank, right? So let's say one of the gold players is a plat 3 skill level. However, the other one only gets to about gold 3. You know, they both start from gold 1. They duo up tons and tons, hundreds of games, right? They average tons of games together. Eventually, they're both going to be plat 1 because one of the players is going to be a gold 3 level, the other player is plat 3 level, and they can't push each other higher than that.
It can't like uneven itself out.
Exactly.
That makes sense. And
and
I
if
feel
they-
like, I mean, I haven't like dug into it, but I'm pretty sure this season that I like almost strictly solo queue because I was like hell bent on getting Immortal after Ascendant came out for like a little while when I was like burning myself out of the game. Like my win rate, I don't think was that bad. I chunk some hours in,
Yeah, right.
but
Do we ever hit more?
I mean,
We
I've
did
played
once.
since beta. Yeah, I think I'm like what 20 RR or something like that.
Yeah, 33.
And something like that. And then my win rate was like kind of stagnant in between, just while my MMR was kind of bad. But
Yeah,
in
okay.
between, like I've been consistently prior to this able to hold and like fluctuate through, while low Ascendant.
Yeah.
So
Well, what you're going to find is, well, you're seeing improvement anyway. So, how I like to look at improvement in general as a mindset isn't about act. It's more like act to act. Sorry, it is more like act to act. So, if you look at your stats act to act, you're saying that we're seeing our peak hitting Ascendant 3. This is very normal, by the way. We're seeing our Ascendant 3 peak ages ago, but then we kind of dipped for a while. And like what I'm saying here is I like to see, we start to see more consistency getting up to Ascendant 1 again. And then we start seeing Diamond 1 less. We're seeing Diamond 3 more. And now we're consistently hitting Ascendant, etc., etc., etc. So it goes act to act. If you really want to see how you're improving, I strongly suggest looking act to act, how you're seeing, one act you're Ascendant 1, now you're Ascendant 1, now you're maintaining Ascendant 2, right? Now we're never seeing Diamond. And we're seeing, okay, wow, we've got a new we got a new peak. It's Immortal 1. This is very realistic human kind of improvement. So if you want to see improvement, you want some motivation for like that, I would strongly suggest looking at your general act to act stuff and not worrying about your current rank, because your current rank doesn't really say anything. Is your original rank, it doesn't fucking mean anything, right? So I'm sure you've loaded your game by now. Let me get into some intros and stuff. My name is Rain, or MZ. I don't mind which one you call me. I use she, her pronouns. If you only provide pronouns or names, let me know. I will be recording the session, so you can send it, so you can go and watch it. If you have any questions, feel free to talk over me. I don't mind. This is going to be a very chill session. I don't like to do very, formal, serious. No, just talk over me. If you have questions, spam me, okay? I'd rather have someone asking too many questions than someone who doesn't talk anything. Yeah. It's supposed to be conversational. Get to know who you are, how you play, things like that. It helps a lot more if I know more about you. Cool. I have a couple of notes. Let me see if I have the notes. I have a couple of notes because I did watch the other one. I'm probably not going to look at it too much, but I've seen how you play a little bit, and I'm very, very happy with how you play. I did watch a little bit of this. I watched about 3 minutes, so I do have a good understanding of kind of where I want to go with the session with you. Because unfortunately, I was disturbed yesterday. So I wasn't able to
no, you're good.
to watch it. But yeah, I've got a good understanding of who you are as a player and things like this from what I've seen. But yeah. Stop playing with this duo if you want to see win rates go up. Definitely. I would strongly suggest finding a role, because at the moment we're playing Harbor, we're playing Clove, we're playing Cypher.
This match,
what's happening?
This map pool is not, I wouldn't say it's necessarily the weakest for me. Cypher is in a really bad spot. Like, that's my most played agent. Prior to
Cypher's good now, no?
Like flexing. Yeah,
Cypher
it's
got
like
updated.
alright. I mean, the buff is a little bit better, but I mean, there's just, I feel like it's harder, and it's probably more of a mental thing, but it's like harder for me to hard carry on Senti. And then for some reason, really, because of how Chamber is more like viable on Breeze, I'd end up flexing a Harbor just because I find some success with that. But I'm comfortable with controller, and I usually play Senti.
Okay. Hang on. Apparently I forgot to put my YouTube stream to unlisted, so it's public. I'll fix that later. I'll fix that later. Unless I could do that now. Does it matter? I can't quickly do that, so we're live. Oh well, it doesn't matter. We're live to like one person. Oh no. Okay. What were we yapping about? Oh yeah, find a role. Definitely find a role. I mean, if you want to play Sentinel, Chamber's never going to be bad.
Yeah.
If you want to, you know,
Vise is really good as well. I have like a couple of Vise protocols on like Lotus and stuff.
Sure.
Like that,
I mean,
I just end up like I get into my own head where I'm like, damn, well, if I wasn't on Sensi, that I probably could just, you know, whatever, aim my way out of it. But I don't play like Duelist because I never insta-lock like that.
Okay, in which case, I mean, you're never gonna win if you have this mental. Maybe just, you know, you have two options. You play Sentinel, and you accept that you can win on Sentinel. Okay, someone has told me, yo, you forgot to put your YouTube stream to unlisted. You might want to ask them. Okay, do you care about this
not
being
care.
streamed?
Okay,
I'm
cool. Contact you straight.
Okay, cool.
That's URL.
just okay, yeah, they have a point. I'm not gonna
just like randomly get myself canceled or anything. I'm not gonna like start shouting my address or.
Yeah, no, I wasn't. Yeah, it's fine. They did have a point. I probably should ask. I can put it to unlisted in the future. It's all fine.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, you have two choices. You play Cypher, and you accept the fact that you need to get better on Cypher, and that you can win games on Cypher. At the moment, we're 1-8 on Cypher.
Yeah, no,
not great.
No,
or
it's so bad.
You find a role or an agent that you feel comfortable learning, not playing necessarily, because you don't. Yeah. Like Duelist, for example, you say, "Oh, I don't want to insta-lock, blah blah blah," right? But maybe you're not comfortable playing that yet. But if you have fun learning it, well, if you have fun, you're gonna want to play the game more, and therefore you're gonna learn faster, right? So it's kind of up to you what you want to play, but I do want you to pick something. So do you have any ideas?
I mean, I've dabbled with the idea of just like, you know, hard locking Cypher, whatever the comp is whatever the comp is, and then I feel like for some part of the game, I mean, it might benefit me from like a growth standpoint to like pick an agent and just end up learning it, like
right.
Like that. I've thought about doing like Waylay. I enjoyed Waylay off release, and I played like a handful of games before she got buffed, and that was relatively fun. But it's like that weird mental of like, oh, blah blah blah, team comp like encroaching in, and I mean, I honestly could probably just do that and like have fun and just learn it.
Cool.
And if she gets locked beforehand, then whatever, no big deal. And I can flex Senti.
Yeah, or you could dodge, because
yeah, that's it.
Genuinely speaking, I'm a fucking Jet main, and a lot of players in the pro scene are Jet mains, and people don't lock faster than you, generally speaking. If you have an agent that you are genuinely committed to playing, even if it's, you know, number one, Waylay is not that played at the moment, honestly, in ranked. Like, if I insta-locked Waylay, I think I would get it basically every game. So you could
that's how it was
pretty comfortably,
because they were in such a bad spot. So I was like,
you could pretty comfortably, yeah, you could pretty comfortably lock Waylay, in my opinion. I don't think Waylay is a bad agent, definitely. I do have a question, though, if you want to solve it right now. I have a couple of questions that help people kind of like... For you, it doesn't seem like you have a generally solid idea. If you were a professional player and you were well known for an agent, what agent would it be?
if I was a pro. Yeah, I feel like it would be something similar to like what Inspire had going on, just because of the amount of hours I put in. But if I wanted to do something though, I feel like I'd want to eventually do like.
Okay, that didn't answer the question though. If you were a professional player,
if I was,
you were already known as a professional player. You were like a well-known player. What agent or role would you want to be known for?
Gosh, that's. I feel like it'd be more fun to be like known as a Sentinel player.
Okay, cool.
I don't know, I feel like everybody.
In which case, I want you to pick. In which case, I want you to pick Sentinel, and I want you to lock in Sentinel and really look to master Sentinel. Because if that's the one you have the most fun with, like I'm not gonna cry if you're gonna play Waylay. I'm not gonna cry if you're gonna play anything, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay, cool. Let's look at your stuff, shall we?
Yeah.
Did I? Can you talk real quick?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Deathmatch. Warm up.
What mouse pad is that?
That is the Petsmith Rosa. I have like one of the only like American copies. So, I got it from I can't remember who I bought it off of, but somebody had a sample unit before it released, and then I bought it off them. And I promised them I wouldn't sell it. I love glass pads. I have a bunch.
Right. I've never used a glass pad. I would try one, but I wouldn't buy one.
Yeah, it's one of those things. I feel like if I lived in an area with less humidity, I probably would have stayed cloth. But how bad some of my pads would feel on like bad days, especially like in my old house where the AC wasn't like that great, it was so bad.
Right.
I was like, oh, if I just wear a sleeve and then my hand won't stick to the pad, and it never feels like garbage. So.
Do you think glass pads on like a high humidity is better, or?
It's just, I mean, I know some people still have problems, and it obviously depends on the surface. I just feel like the consistency is better for me.
I see.
I know that I had a Hayato for a while, and I just couldn't stand it. If the humidity got over like a certain point, it was so much muddier. But then if it was beautiful outside, I loved it. But as soon as it got like garbage, it was just. And I've tried a couple of my buddies, like other ones, and I went through a whole like mouse pad and peripheral phase for a while. I fell in love with how glass feels and.
Okay. I live in the UK, so the humidity is always pretty bad.
Yeah, I'm in Florida, and that's like the whole problem.
Yeah. What I've noticed from your last VOD as well is I really like your holding technique. In general, it's a small thing, but a lot of people do kind of get it wrong. Where nobody's peeking now, so that's unlucky. Generally speaking, you have a really nice ability just to hold people.
Yeah, I struggled for a while. Before when I started like internally VOD reviewing of like just always having my like crosshair tracing the wall instead of like holding.
Yeah,
they're gonna swing.
Yeah, this is lovely.
And, yeah, trying
like
to
this for example is lovely.
I feel like it's my peak is what's ass. I had a session with somebody else recently, and I was like cutting the pie without like letting my character speed up, and I was getting killed a lot.
Yeah, so like this for example is lovely because you're like tracing the angle. It's very nice. Your peaks they're okay. It's definitely not something I'm going to be looking at, but it's definitely something I noticed where in your last VOD, they could definitely do with a little bit of work, but I'm not stressed. I'm not going to stress about it. Like that's a nice peak. You always tend to do this, by the way, which is one of the things I noticed was you would always want to peek from close angles. So obviously in this case you're changing how you peek, I would go wider here, but it is what it is. But you always actually want to do this. Your comfort is to get super close to angles, then peek. We might see it throughout this VOD, but when you do this, you can't AD like this. You have to kind of go wider, because what's happening is you're going to be angle disadvantaged to the on angle. And this is a concept that I kind of talk to people about when they're playing ranked more than in death matches.
Yeah.
Because it's a huge thing in ranked. So, for example, one place that I really like to mention this is on Haven. I think I did that right. And I kind of show this. It's a bit better if I show this. Shit, you're NA, aren't you?
Yes.
Do I have an NA account? I might do actually. Okay, I'll consider going on an NA account. Not right now though.
They don't stand a chance. My ult's ready.
Okay. So the way I like to explain this is if someone is going to peek into short, for example, here, a really common thing that some players do is they will angle out from being over here on the retake. They'll angle out like this. They'll angle out. They'll go out like this. Then they'll go out like this here. To about this wide. And I've seen this as like a pattern that a lot of players do, especially when they're not super high rated. But what happens is when you are out, like, do you see the issue? If I'm here, if I'm here and this player peeks out short watching this angle, what's going to happen is that this player is actually bigger on the screen than a player that is actually over here.
Yeah, it's further, so it's just going to be easier.
Exactly. So when you peek from close angle and then you start ADing like this, what do you think is going to happen?
Yeah, you're just going to get shit on.
You're going to get shit on because there's a couple of different factors. One, you are bigger on the, you're peeking out, your shoulder's peeking out here halfway through the peak. So the shoulder's going out first.
Disadvantage, and
Exactly.
You're slower.
So
and you're fat. Yeah.
Yeah, so you're going out first. So let's say you go out. What is the first thing that people do with good like holding technique? Let's say I'm a player, short, anywhere, doesn't really matter. Let's say I'm holding this, right? What am I doing when you peek me?
Oh, you're gonna top.
I'm just gonna, I'm not tap. I'm just gonna shoot. I'm gonna try and shoot you, right? So let's say I'm shooting here. What happens when you peek out like this, right? And then you start ADing here.
Well, you're gonna get hit regardless, and then you're slower anyways.
You're ADing back into their bullets.
Into the bullet.
So what's going to happen is you're going to peek out like this. You're going to take a couple shots, and then you're going to AD back here. Right?
Where they're
That's what
already,
happens
like,
a lot.
holding, yeah.
Yeah. So look at what happens here. So you get close, you peek, you jiggle. You see how you AD back into this box, and this guy's already shooting you.
Yeah.
Like he's somehow hitting you. And that's because he doesn't have to move his crosshair at all. He's already looking at this angle. So if you get close like this, it's really important that you go wide and then you take some extra shots like that. And you go wider on these angles. So like making these plays is like totally fine. Like, but just go out a little bit wider afterwards and then do your ADs over here. And like your fights generally shouldn't take that long,
Just
right?
pull,
but like,
pull their crosshair wider.
Yeah, because you could take that first initial shot, but make sure that you've got that movement going left again. You see what I mean? So it's like maybe you can obviously do like crouch peek, come out, but then you go wider. And I think this is basically what I'm gonna work with you on a little bit more. Is general shooting technique needs to be super intentional. And I'd like to get you. This is a little bit more advanced. This is a little bit more advanced. This is just how you would use it in context with your peeking technique. But in general, your shooting technique is super kind of, every kind of gunfight is 2-3 bullets, very simple ADs. So if you watch every gunfight, there's not really much, you don't really tap, you're not a really tappy player. every fight is
Welcome.
kind of 2 bullets, 80.
Yeah, that was something that I was told to mix in a little bit more. I was committing a lot, like really hard to gunfights, so I was trying to break that. My mobility, I think, has gotten a little bit better, but that's why I felt even more like kind of stuck. I was like, oh, well, I'm moving more, but I'm dying the same amount. But it's probably a lot to do with, like you said, I'm just walking back into their bullets.
Yeah, so like, I mean, in general, this is very tense. So there's a couple of things I noticed, and this was actually one of them, is you would get really, I think you tense up when you see people. Like, you physically get, like, super tense when you see someone.
Yeah, there's definitely like times
You
where I'm,
panic.
like,
Like this, for
I'm
example.
worried about like multiple angles, and then like I'm already like super tense.
Yeah. Like, whenever you go through multi-kills, I notice that you start losing the ability to control your, like, micros and stuff.
Yeah, it's like halfway through.
Yeah, that's definitely something
Like I
I
get like all
noticed.
tension locked out.
It might be something you want to think about. Again, not something I'm going to focus in the session, okay? In general, your raw control looks good. And in general, your fights look fine. Oh gosh. That's what I'm talking about. We can't be doing this. No way that happened. Oh, that's pretty funny. So you see how you look at from both of these angles though, you actually peek from the close angle. So you peek this one from close angle, then you get close to this wall and peek this one as well from close.
Enemy punished.
Let's see how you, yeah, this one as well, you peek from close. That was nice. Like here you peek from close. Let's see you peeking from more. This one's okay-ish.
Trinity.
This one's fine.
Welcome.
We're probably not gonna see you peeking in top mid. Yeah, get close to that angle. Oh, wait, look. You're gonna get close to this wall and then you're gonna peek. Yeah. This one is okay. You get close to the short wall as well, you're gonna peek. Look at this. Get close, then peek. You tend to W key before you go to peek.
Trinity, you're welcome.
Yeah, look here as well, look. You get close to this wall and you peek. Yeah, this is a bit of an issue. I think it's pretty subconscious and very easy to fix. Just peek from back wall a bit more.
Yeah.
This front peek, do you know when you should use it?
It's supposed to be, if I recall correctly, from like all the brain rot, like $5 trick bullshit. It's like it's supposed to be when you want to be faster on their swing, and like when somebody's already expecting you on the common.
Yeah. So when you're doing these types of peaks, you can kind of default peak like this. But it's like in deathmatch, I know why you want to peek like this. Like, I know why you go forward to peek like this. It's to avoid the CT angles, right?
Yeah.
So it feels more comfortable and intuitive to peek like this. But if you do this, you have to do it correctly, right? So instead of quote slicing the pie, right, deady peeking into 2 angles like this. So for example, this first one you jiggled.
Yeah, he can already see you. Yeah.
And then the second one you deady peek it. You deady peek this. When I say deady peek, I mean dedicated peek, which is kind of similar to slicing the pie, but I have
Yeah, but you're like full committing.
Yeah, you're committing. It's basically just committing to the angle. When I talk about deady peeking, how do I do this? Deady peeking is like you are peeking into that angle, and then you are stopping, and then like checking and making sure that you are not seeing. You're seeing someone, right? Check, kill if someone's there, right?
Yeah.
When you are wide swinging, like from close, you kind of have to keep going, right? You have to kind of check, see if someone's there, and then keep going. So you know how you see how I'm not like stopping here to shoot. I'm go wide. Okay, I see a guy. I'll try and shoot them. Right?
Yeah, I think this has been a issue like since I started Val. Like Val's my first like PC game, like period.
Right.
I played COD before this, and I will say that it's consistently been, and I've noticed this sometimes in like Kovacs as well, where I'm not like trusting the fact that I will fix wherever my aim is if like somebody surprises me on my screen. So I'm
Right.
like hyper focused on, I just have to intentionally like swing every single angle instead of being like, okay, whatever, just run out. And like you can walk out and trust that my mouse is gonna move.
Right.
I get like
Okay.
I think that might be where some of that tension too like comes in because I'm like too focused that somebody might actually be there and it's every angle, and then that's like I don't know. Possibly
So-
a lot of strain.
We're gonna break down your understanding of aim a little bit more into a couple of different concepts, or at least like one concept that I think will help you develop everything over a period of time anyway. And it's just committed peeking. Committed like shooting. We're gonna go over non-committed shooting, committed shooting, semi-committed shooting, etc. We're gonna quickly kind of talk about that, and in order to do that, I need to test your mechanics a little bit. Are you cool for that?
Yeah.
Okay, jump in the range.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then screen share whenever you are
Yeah.
you are comfortable with that.
Mhm.
I assume you've already been in the range stimming.
Yeah. yes, I have. Wait, let me
Cool.
jump off the map because my F2 is inbound.
Your F2 isn't bound.
Yeah, I can't figure it out. I have eluding now, and I'm used to having all the fucking buttons, and I can't. I can't find out how to change
It would
my
be
buttons.
FN +1 or 2.
Oh, wait. Oh, that's 3, 4, 5 now. No, my FN2 just doesn't pull it up. That's so weird. Huh, weird. Alright, whatever. But,
Okay, I do need to go to that menu though.
oh, why is it not showing up? So all the other 3 of them are showing up, but not that one.
I think it's FN3.
Nice, I F11'd. Suck.
Apply.
Full screen. There we go. 25.
Why'd you play on a slightly lower res?
It's there's a 1080p res that I like, but it looks really jank on 1440.
Oh, okay.
So no, that's FN3, and then that's just so weird. Wait, maybe my range is bugged. Let me just leave. Is that my? Oh yeah, that's because I was bad. I was bad yesterday.
Bad, yes.
I may or may not directed at anyone. I wanted to get myself banned to get off the game.
What? Okay, let's not do that
I think
again.
I typed "keep yourself safe," and
Okay.
that was
Let's not do that again, shall we?
directed to nobody. I
Nope.
whispered someone that was offline, and it just insta got me.
I don't want to hear it. Breach.
Breach incoming.
Okay, I want you to press practice.
Yeah.
And then go to the corner where the stairs are. On the right. The right corner.
No, the right side.
And you see on the little left, and there's like the left of the stairs.
Like here.
Yeah, left to the right of the stairs. I'm gonna have you do an alt line up.
Oh, okay.
So just alt them. That'll do. Isn't where I wanted you, but alt them 3 times or so. It'll be next time you do it, it'll be in front of these stairs. But yeah, you're right. Now just shoot 3. Yeah, it's roughly there. It just helps to get them from the back rank. This is better than having the 12 bots, or however many they are, 12, 14, I can't remember exactly. Because you don't get lost in the sea of bots this way. And just generally helps. Okay, cool. Do you know how to dead zone?
No, I'm not familiar with that.
Okay, cool. Right. I'm gonna get in the range. You're probably gonna get kicked from the range, but that's fine.
No, I'll keep stowing out. It's all good. I have 2 monitors.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I'm gonna get kicked from the range then.
My ultimate's ready.
Okay,
My ult.
reach. And then you come here. And aim over here. This confirms that they will always be not stuck here when you do this, by the way. Okay. Let me unplug my OP1 real quick. Little OP1 flex on you. Sorry, my bad.
I have one in my drawer.
Oh hell yeah! Have you got an 8K?
I do have an 8K. I wasn't a big fan of the shape. I don't know why.
Really? I have an 8K. Then I got the OP1W 4K V2 wireless
I was
version.
thinking about when they
I liked it a lot more.
dropped the V2. I was thinking about getting one just to have.
Have you seen this drill before?
Yeah, where you strafe in between. Yeah. And
Yeah.
You try to just hit 100%. Yeah.
Do you think you can try that for me?
Yeah.
I just want to get an understanding of your Can you go all the way over the line for me? Just make sure you're all the way over that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I want to test you one more time.
Mhm.
This is a little bit trippy, but come over here to this
Right there.
this line over here,
Mhm.
and face all the way down where those tiles are. Okay. And then what I want you to do is basically 1 bullet per tile, and it's gonna look like this. This is sped up. Do you think you can try that for me?
That is trippy. So like one,
It's
two,
trippy.
and Go
Yep.
further. Alright. Oh god.
So start on the right side of the tile. So on the right side of this tile, for example,
Okay, so
you're just doing 1, 1, 1, 1, 1.
oh, shit.
Hmm.
So you'd start on the right side of that one. Jesus Christ.
I love doing this just because it's so trippy.
It's
Hmm.
yeah, I see why the fuck that's trippy. That's so crazy.
It's so trippy, isn't it?
Yeah, that is.
You got the idea down though. That's good.
Yeah. Jeez. But
I'll
yeah,
take that.
putting
We
it
take
in
that. We take that. We take those. We
Yeah.
take those. I was literally only just testing dead zone skills. Okay, cool. Fantastic. Right. Let's get into a little bit of theory and then we'll play the game a bit. So 1 taps, 2 taps, 3 taps. Tell me what do you think? What do you think about those things?
Honestly, I don't think I've ever intentionally 3-bursted a person in my life.
You
I'm
have?
just gonna,
I'm going to tell you, I've told you, not intentionally maybe, but subconsciously I'm seeing it.
Not intentionally. I will say that I feel like sometimes I shoot more on my like 2-burst than I want to, and then but that's about the most. I will say 9 out of 10 times unless I'm like full committing botting out to like a spray, I'm planning on 1 or 2 bullets killing them.
Cool. Yep. This is fine. Let me show you real quick one little piece of tech that makes 3 taps really important. And we're going to talk about spraying. We're going to talk about crouch spraying. We're going to talk about 3 taps, 2 taps, 1 taps, because these are all great tools that you should be now using to become the best player that you can, mechanically speaking anyway. So let's talk about sprays real quick, because these are the kind of like the easiest things. If you just look at my screen, if I spray like this, can you talk to me about the correlation between my crosshair and the spray control, like the spray pattern?
Yeah, it follows it, and you know, obviously you're supposed to control it like down or reverse.
Cool. So it follows the... My crosshair follows a spray until a certain point. What
Yeah,
kind of point is that?
It's like what, 7 bullets or something. That's right now.
Right.
That's right. Yeah.
Yep. So it's about, you know, maybe 7 bullets, then it kind of goes up a bit too much.
Yeah.
Right? If we condense this a bit more, let's say, well, I'll shoot like a bit. What did you notice about those first few bullets?
Or just like the tight grouping, and they all just go straight. Like it's just
What about these first 3 bullets?
the only thing I can say is like it just jumps like right above where
Right about where?
right above where your crosshair is. So like let's say like you were gonna neck somebody, if you 3-burst it, it would technically kill them instead.
So, in my opinion, try it yourself. Like, maybe this Discord stream is kind of bad. 3 bullets perfectly tracks the crosshair. Right?
Oh, yeah.
So without controlling the spray at all, so don't control the spray, just so you can see it. I would say
Yeah, it's like perfect.
it like perfect, right?
Yeah,
So what does that mean? Practically speaking, what does that mean for us?
that without moving, like you can always hit 3.
It means
Like your bullets are always gonna go exactly where you are.
exactly. So without dragging down or doing anything like that, you can just place your crosshair where that third bullet's going to be. So what does that mean practically speaking? It looks like this. It means you could do stuff like this. Wow.
That you can like drag it across, because it's always gonna be there.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't suck at the game. Okay, there we go. So you just drag the crosshair onto the head and you'll get kills. Right? So this does a couple of things. It tells us that even if we miss a bullet, we can still reliably get the kill. Right? So we don't need to be like super flicky all the time, trying to go for these flicks, right? And trying to do one taps all the time. That's just not realistic. If we miss, we can still drag our crosshair onto the target, right? Which means that
so great. Like I never noticed that. That's
this means that at all times we should have smooth adjustments to the head, right? We should always be aiming for smooth adjustments, because even if we miss, we can pretty comfortably just aim at the target's head and finish the kill. Okay, that's all that means. And with Phantom, you're right. It's actually it's insane. It's better. It's way better, right?
Yeah.
So our goal, no matter what we do, is to have that smooth adjustment onto that head in some sense. Now, when you're in deathmatch, when you're in deathmatch, when you're in comp and stuff like this is not something you should be like worried about. Obviously, practice this in the range, so you kind of get a feel for what it feels like to just like
what it feels.
Yeah,
So
what it feels like to have a smooth adjustment. Just aiming your crosshair onto the target's head. Honestly, doing it from further back is more comfortable. But this gives you the understanding of like, oh, okay, well, if I just adjust my crosshair smoothly to the head, if I'm always aiming at the head, I'm more likely to get the kill, right?
Yeah.
So there's absolutely no reason why we should be doing any type of flicky adjustments when we're close to the target's head, when we're looking to get a kill. Okay?
Yeah.
Cool. So the next thing is we're going to talk about commitment, which is what this whole thing is about. So I tested you on some dead zoning technique. I just wanted to see if you were able to do basic taps, right? Pretty comfortably. I wanted to see, like, obviously I've seen you do 2 taps. And we've talked about why 3 taps and things like this are super important. Now, if I go over here, if you just watch my screen, for now, I want you to tell me what is more or less committed. So I'm going to do some one taps. Would you say this is committed or not committed?
I'd say that's not committed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably like the least committed, right?
Yeah, gunfight that chicken up, yeah.
Right? It's because you're not like going crazy, like, you know. We'll talk a bit more about more committed gunfight styles in a second. Okay, let's talk about two taps. How committed is
It's
this?
gonna be like, that's going to be, I mean, relatively the same, but you get that like assurance behind it.
Yeah, you get it's like a medium commitment is what I like to call it.
Yeah, you still have some of that mobility, but like
Yeah, you still got the mobility, but it's definitely slower than doing these like
Yeah, the
taps,
one.
right?
Yeah.
So now let's talk about threes.
Yeah, and that's like committed to a fight. Like you have to stand. Yeah.
Yeah, you're a bit more stood still. Let's talk about crouch sprays.
And that's like super committed. That's like if you don't kill him, you're dead. Yeah.
And sprays,
I would say the same thing.
same thing.
Yeah.
Okay, I can be a little bit pedantic about crouch sprays. Do you think sprays or crouch sprays are more committed? Which one's more committed?
I would say that if you swung an angle and you crouch sprayed somebody, that you were fully committed to the fight. Like if you just spray somebody while standing, like you can still reset your movement afterwards.
Well, this
But
is
if you're,
where
like full commit on a crouch, like I feel like getting back up at that velocity is like useless.
yeah, so this is where I like to be a little bit pedantic because there are situations where you will peek into the angle and then you'll crouch spray backwards like this into cover. And this is technically less committed than going out like this. Because as soon as you move,
because you're more accurate while you're like
Yeah.
away while crouched.
because there are definitely moments where you can do stuff like this, right? And you're less likely,
Precise gunplay or whatever.
yeah, you're less likely to do this. You see how insanely accurate. Wait, let me put this to like 30 meters. This is like
you're like the,
surprisingly accurate. Okay, maybe not 30. 20 is fine. This is like surprisingly accurate. It's kind of disgusting. So when you come out like this and you can kind of crouch spray,
right. That is
Free fire, stuff like
surprisingly
this.
Kind of accurate.
it's like surprisingly accurate. I wouldn't recommend it, but I just wanted to give you give it to you.
It's
So I'll type in your chat. So one taps equals not committed, like lowest commitment, right? Lowest commitment. Two taps, kind of medium low commitment. Three taps, high commitment. Crouch spray, very high commitment. And obviously normal spray, very high commitment. Right? So when do we want to use low commitment gunfire, like gun styles?
So low commitment is gonna be like for those times where like usually you're collecting info, yeah. Like you're jiggling an angle and somebody happens to walk out, so you're going to tap at them, right?
Sure.
You're not just gonna let them cross for free. It's gonna be like that general thing. Also those long range fights where it's like
Yep.
you know, you're across map on breeze. Like you're not just gonna full commit to a fight.
Oh, definitely. 100%. Yep. Distance matters quite a lot. There is no right or wrong answer for this. But yeah, those things are there's definitely cases where like you don't want to be fully committed to you don't want to be spraying on a breeze angle. You know what I mean? You want to be doing one taps, two taps. So another time where you might not want to be committed is when a target is too far away. You're not on them. Let's say you peek an angle, and you know they're kind of far away from my crosshair, right? Look at this. They're kind of far away from my crosshair. I don't want to do that flick, so I kind of peek out and I do a tap and then I commit. So kind of tap out and commit.
Yeah, so that goes back to what you were saying about like previously, especially if you have to like close wall swing somebody, you might as well just if you're gonna walk out, you take that first tap and then you can actually commit afterwards.
Yeah, exactly.
You just keep
So
going
you'll see
wider.
how you're. And this is something we can practice in the range. It's kind of useful. Is just doing a tap and then like just do a fast tap towards one of these bots and then kind of just like commit to a spray or so. So, okay, immediately, first thing I want you to do is I want you to stop flicking away from these targets. Your job, so if you watch my screen real quick, your job is to flick towards a target and then you are locking on until that guy is dead. Okay? I am never going to come off of a target when doing this. Right? So I'm going to peek, take a shot, take a peek, and then your job is to get like visually locked into that target. Okay, wait, one small thing. Come to the center. I want to test something. Can you track the bot?
Oh yeah.
Just shoot that one and make it go to the center a bit more. Yeah, that's fine. Can you just track the bot? Okay, I want you to watch my screen. Right? What do you notice about my tracking?
Smooth. It's like you know, it's in our head mass and it's smooth. Like you're not having to readjust.
Like, I'm not adjusting for my movement. You see how sometimes you're like flicking this way to adjust your move? Like you're like doing this constantly. When I turn movement, I'm still on the target.
Yeah.
Right? This is super important. Because at the moment when I'm watching you shoot, you will come out and then you will like flick and have to like adjust to your own movement. Right? This isn't something that you're going to fix overnight, but it's something I'll put in your warm-up. I would like you to warm up with something like this, and I'll give you a little thing to warm up with, but it will start with this. Okay? This is definitely something I want you to look at because it's very important.
Wow.
So you don't have to go like full centering only one distance. Okay, let me show you. So how I like to do this is this will be part of your warm up. You come to the center, you do all this stuff, you put one, and then what I like you to do is I like you to. The first one is big long strafes. So just do average AD strafes, and just make them longer than you normally would. You see how I'm not like, you can go all the way around the bot if you really want to.
Yeah, but you're just doing like
I'm just doing
aggressively long like pop and swing. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just doing longer strafes, and I can go around like, right? If you want to make it harder, you can use a knife. Oops. If you want to make it easier, you can use the Odin. This changes your movement speed. Okay. And then the next thing, what I want you to do is I want you to flick between these targets. So don't shoot for now. So just like this.
Just trace and.
Yep. make sure your movement is smooth before you adjust. Yeah, keep that fast flick on the target. Yeah, good. You see how you're doing these like lots of little adjustments?
Mhm.
You really want to avoid that. You want to have that smooth movement, and then you want to flick to the target. Right. And then smooth movement to adjust. Definitely better, but definitely something to work on. And the next thing I want you to do is when you're working on stuff like this, is I want you to it's the same aggressive strafes, but then with like a 1 tap or a 2 tap, depending on how you want to work on it. Yeah, nice. Stay locked in on a target, and then just like even if you miss, stay locked in. Yeah, good. Your job is to
God.
try to stop adjusting like trying
Yeah,
to
it's
to
almost
flick.
like-
You see what I mean?
I don't know if it's something like physically. I don't know. Maybe it's like I'm digging my like hand into the pad, but like I'm like physically like shaking as I'm doing it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, that's better.
Maybe it's that same thing that we were talking about the tension.
It might be.
Yeah, because like that's
Okay, one more thing is snaking, which might help you a bit more. So just backwards and forwards, and basically you're adjusting for your own movement like this. So you're trying to be smooth, going backwards and forward. You should be able to pretty comfortably stay on the target's head while going backwards and forwards like this. This is like a snaky movement. So kind of go all the way backwards. It's just like a longer snake. Go all the way backwards while you're doing it, and then go all the way forward. And you should be able to stay pretty comfortably on their head doing this. Do you find you like push down on your mouse? When you're tracking?
I will say that for a lot of like tracking for like stability purposes, I will say that I like grip down and like press into my skates. Yeah.
So I strongly suggest that you grip sideways. So you grip sideways into your mouse rather than pushing down on your pad. I found that pushing down on your pad leads to inconsistencies, whereas pushing sideways helps a little bit better. These things are, in my opinion, not something you should worry about too much. As long as it's not too tense, right?
Yeah.
If you feel like you're
No,
too
I can
tense,
definitely notice a definitive. I mean, I don't know if it like looks better, like one-to-one-ing it, but
it looks
definitely
better.
feels better.
it looks better. Yeah, it
Yeah,
immediately does
the
look
less
better.
I'm like, but I have to so consciously think about it. I think a lot of it does, like you said, it goes on to like how much I'm tensing, and I just like dramatically feel like I need to be at all times like death gripping into
No.
my pad, but I
don't.
should be letting it float.
Yeah. So in general, when it comes to raw aim stuff, I strongly suggest you don't worry too much about your tension. As me and a bunch of like friends who are very strong aim coaches, I'm not an aim coach per se. I'm a Valorant coach. I'm not the best at raw aim in particular, which is why I don't touch Kovacs in these sessions. But everyone says the same kind of thing. Tension is a resource, and it is the symptom of the movement that you want to make, is how I like to put it. And so if you start thinking about the tension, you're gonna have negative results. Tension is fine. Tension is good. You're supposed to have a level of tension as long as it's not too much. If you
Otherwise
feel
you're
like
not gonna get
you're
less, yeah, if you're locking out, then it's a problem. But
yeah, so
you
I
can't flip
strongly
without
suggest
tension.
wrist stretches, and I strongly suggest, like, honestly, wrist stretches are 20%. You gain 20% skill just doing stretches. It's actually insane. I've coached players, and all I've asked them to do sometimes is like do some wrist stretches and then try again, and they gain like 20% skill. Like, it's actually the only skill boost, insta skill boost is stretching your wrists. So if you get into a habit of doing that, it's very, very good. But yeah, this looks, I mean, again, you're kind of doing it again when you're autopiloting.
Yeah.
I strongly suggest that you work on this, right? This is a good good thing to work on. I'm glad I kind of picked up on this. Centering drill. Let me note this for you. Keep doing that. I generally speaking, I like to do this as a warm up. I think it's quite a fun little thing to do as a warm up. I got kicked out of the range. I knew I would. Okay. So what would you say your core issue is after kind of what we talked about?
I would definitely say it's maintaining that level of like smoothness, and then just I will say that I think the most eye-opening thing is like that whole 3-bullet like is just kind of crazy to me, especially because I can't even count the amount of times I think I've committed to a fight where I've like insta pulled down.
Mm-hmm.
But
We've
I will
definitely
say
seen it in
that-
a VOD where you've literally just gone and been spraying.
Yeah.
On top.
But I definitely also think that I'm gonna be like consciously working on the different iterations of the peak, and then just that moving like around the map appropriately. I think that's the other thing that's
You've definitely got
like
a
you
couple of
said.
tertiary goals where your peaking technique, like things like this, I think will be fixed because of this. I think your core issue is you lack intention of your gunfights. Like, you lack the control of how you want to shoot your own gun. How is the best way to put this? Does that make sense for you?
Yeah, I could understand that. Like, I will say that a lot of the times, I mean, I can feel it in ranks. I don't know if it's like a deflated like ego kind of thing, but definitely a lot of times where I'm just not really committed with what I'm doing and like taking the fight.
Right. The best way that okay, there we go. I took it from someone else's session because I think they have a better general core focus. Is you have a lot of early commitments to gunfights. I think that's the best way to put it. Right, we're seeing like when
Yeah,
you're
maybe that's what I
spraying.
meant. Yeah, and like the amount of times I swing out and I'm just insta stopping instead of actually
Yeah, exactly.
acquiring the target, and then
Yeah, exactly. And so your focus should be identify when you're committed or not committed to your gunfights. Do you think you can? Does that work for you as like a goal?
yeah.
Cool. I want to see you in a deathmatch.
Okay.
We have a little rule. Before you do that, I'm going to quickly go through the rule. In your deathmatch, and this is a little deathmatch drill, little deathmatch practice that I find is very beneficial for a lot of players. And it'll be noted here. Do you see this? Does this make sense to you? Oh, fuck yeah, use the new knife. Even though I'm going to be mad at you if you pull out your knife in deathmatch.
One time, look
Maybe do this once. Just to... Okay, so does that make sense to you? So what does this mean to you? Wait, let me...
So every time I want to engage into somebody, I should start with that one top, and then after that, commit to a 3.
Yeah.
Something deeper.
Yeah, something deeper. I don't care about 3 specifically, but like
But just
do a 1 tap before you commit to your gunfight. That's probably the best way to put it. To your gunfight. One tap low commitment before you commit to your gunfight. Okay, we didn't really talk about this. When should you spray? When do you think sprays are good?
I think the only other time I've talked to anybody about this, it should just be like that 5-10 meter range. You're just
No.
hard committed. No?
No. Watch this.
When should you spray?
Let me show you. Let me show you this. I'm fucking dog shit spraying. Also, you should do this, by the way. When do people normally spray?
I mean, that makes sense, I guess. Like criminal is.
So, for multis, yes, but when do people normally spray? If you think about it.
The only thing I can think of is hard committed.
So they panic. Lots of people panic and spray. If you come do your warm-up and you do some spray control and you practice a spray control, when you panic, you will have a better chance to kill someone. How many bullets does it take when you spray to kill someone?
4.
Right.
Well, no. Oh, yeah.
4. Yeah, 4.
It's 4.
You're right. Yeah, it's 4. You're good.
Yeah. I mean,
How many bullets?
One could hit the head. Yeah. But
How many bullets do people normally spray when they panic?
more than 4.
Way more, right? It takes that long to kill someone.
Yeah.
So if you practice your spray controls, when you panic and do spray, you actually get the kill. So that's one reason why you should spray, practice spray control. Next thing is that getting kills?
Yeah.
That's 20 meters. Is that getting kills?
Still killing somebody.
Right.
They're still dead. Maybe ugly, but they're dead.
Ooh, is that killing someone?
Yeah,
Maybe. I mean, it's not too bad.
Probably
I mean,
not. Yeah.
maybe you don't spray it for 50, but like 30 meters, it's not the worst, right? So distance, while it matters a lot, right? If you, let's say we commit into this gunfight straight away, I don't want you to be spraying this guy, right? And even if you went for taps and stuff like this, I would be more than happy, right? So let's say you get to 50 meters, you might want to ADS because tapping like this can be inconsistent. There is very nuanced stuff like this, which you can think about if you want to, but I wouldn't worry about it. In general, what happens when you shoot someone in the body?
The aim punch on their side.
They slow down.
Yeah, that as well.
They slow down. And therefore, if you shoot someone in the body, you want to spray. Because it takes 4 bullets to kill someone. It's super fast. And they've slowed down, so the kill is easier. So if you notice that you've hit someone in the body, you can just commit to the spray. Right? So, I mean, a way to show this for you is to go to strafe. And like, for example, if I hit any of these bots, you see how they slow down? Alright. Yeah, I mean, if you can catch one of them in a strafe. See how that guy couldn't move?
Yeah.
That guy couldn't move. Trying to catch them when they're just about to strafe. It's kind of difficult. See how they can't move
Yeah,
if you hit
just
them
like
in the body?
Yeah.
It's a free kill, basically, is all I'm saying.
Mhm.
So, yeah, if you notice you shoot someone in the body by accident, just crouch, bro. Free kill.
Yeah, you might as well just
Right.
confirm that. Yeah.
So that is when you should be spraying. Very, very good. So, for example, let's say you one tap, and you notice you hit in the body. Well, you can just spray, right? Because sometimes you'll come out on this angle, and you'll hit someone in the body, and you just spray them, right? So in your deathmatch, I always want to see you do some sort of tap before you go for some sort of kill, right?
Mhm.
You cool with that?
Yep.
Cool. After you do that one tap, it is up to you how you want to take that gunfight. If you see you shot them in the body and you want to spray, go for it. I'm not going to tell you that any of these types of, like, you shouldn't do one tap and then 2 taps only, 1 taps and 3 taps only, 1 taps and sprays only. Like, if you really want to do that, you can, but it's not beneficial for you because you need to learn when
Just
the
like
nuances of
situationally
those.
do that, yeah.
Yeah, situationally, you need to learn when it's beneficial for you. I'm not even going to write your peeking technique as a tertiary goal. I think it's something we can talk about now, and then I will just leave. I don't think you need to even worry about it. I think it'll fix itself after this conversation.
Match found.
So yeah, don't worry about it. Just make sure you're doing that one tap before you
Mhm.
Oh god. Oh, for fuck's sakes.
No, that's funny. That's super. Yeah, it's all good. We'll recap.
Warm up.
Thank god I didn't have to ask. Okay.
I got this twice, by the way, while I was trying before I started the YouTube live. I was like, oh, I'll just go get another VOD, and I got Summit twice in a row. I was
You know
like,
what's really
okay.
funny? When I coach people, the amount of times we get the exact same map that I've seen on the VOD it's abnormal. It's so weird. It's so weird. I have no idea what it is. I genuinely can't figure it out. But every time we'll always get the same map.
Always.
It's like
Oh.
80% chance, like or more, like 90% chance. It's fucking scary that we get the same map as we reviewed.
Found.
Ascent incoming. No, okay. Let's just all right, whatever.
It's okay. I mean, if you want to do this map, I'm not gonna stop you if you want to requeue, but if you want to do it, that's fine.
Yeah, well, we'll give it one more. If it queues
Alright.
third, it's just meant to be.
It's true. I hope we get a scent now.
Yeah,
Please
for-
prove me right. Maybe it's like confirmation bias, but I swear, if it gives us a scent, I'm just like, I don't know.
Match found.
It could be like Lotus or something. Lotus in the map pool right now?
yeah.
Oh, it is, okay. Sunset, alright.
Deathmatch.
This map actually has a lot of angles where you can't peek from close, which is actually surprising. So it's actually a pretty good map for peeking technique. Anyway, it doesn't matter. That's not what you're focusing on. Okay. One immediate thing. Don't be doing all that. You're not trying to. It's intuitive, okay? You are looking to do that one tap, and your tap should be normal. You're not trying to like delay. You're not trying to do anything like that.
Yeah.
Right? You're not trying to make it on their head. You're not trying to line it up. Like don't line it up your crosshair. Go for that fast shot and then shoot normally.
Everyone note down your observations, then let's run it again.
Fight.
Keep it cool. That's how you survive.
You do this thing with your cursor where you like flick it up and down. What is that?
Just like up and down, like here.
Yeah, why?
I don't think that I consciously mean to. I know sometimes like I'm like consciously like for something like this where I'm like, oh, I don't know why, but I'm like trying to think of the other angles as well, but there is none.
Got three.
Maybe it's literally just the jitter.
It's like a tick. Like an aim tick. Okay, nice shot. Yeah, that was good.
The eyes are down. Oh,
Yep, that was good.
Yeah, trying to like consciously think about making sure that I'm
So like, I don't want you to.
stop and like actually adjust. This should just be
Good.
ow. Holy.
the eyes are down.
Nice shot. Yeah, good.
Terminated.
One second.
Goodbye. Got one.
10 kills remaining.
That's done.
Five kills remaining.
Variable removed.
kill remaining.
Okay. That wasn't bad. I like that. We have something else we need to work on though. Actually, something I need to work on first before you work on what I've talked about.
Mhm.
Because it's a major issue. This was good. I'm gonna keep this as a thing.
Mhm.
You didn't actually get many fights where
Yeah.
you're able to do that, unfortunately, which is surprising. However, there is a major thing about how you generally approach the map, move around the map, which my PC refused to record. So let me see if I can find it in this VOD, because we didn't really see it in this VOD for some reason. But as soon as I watched it on Sunset, it's here as well, kinda. Oops. Okay. This is peeking technique, and it's actually very important because it's impacting how you are aiming as well. Where's this main peak? Do you see this?
Mhm.
So what's your crosshair placement when you go to peak main? What do you notice?
It's just kind of, I'm not like dead committed to the on angle.
When you peak, you feel like you always have to move your crosshair. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Maybe this fixes itself quite quickly. And I think I would like to see another deathmatch, because I didn't notice this straight away, and this is like, I don't.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's possibly also, I know that I was like so dialed on trying to like run around and get as many fights as possible while like actually moving, but
No, this is a
yeah.
fundamental issue,
Mhm.
because even if like you approach fights like how do I fuck it, I mean this with no offense, but if you want to kill people, you do it right anyway, you know what I mean? Like, you don't, when you peek into an angle, a good player is peeking into B main by peeking and committing like this, right? They're peeking, committing, peek, and they're going for gunfights. And even if they want to see fine fights and kill people, they're going to do it the right way. And unfortunately, it's not the case. So what's happening is, the reason why you're doing this kind of flick all the time is like, you always feel like you have to be moving your crosshair, I think. Would you agree?
Yeah, I can definitely see that.
When you peek into an angle, do you see what I'm doing?
Yeah, you're letting your movement do the work.
I'm letting my movement do the work. And when I'm walking up to the next angle, what is my crosshair doing?
That's still holding the exact same, like what you're supposed to actually, where somebody can come from.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think you're doing?
Just fucking moving the shit around for fun.
So, if we see how you peeked into main, your goal for you is like, I always want to be having my crosshair away from the wall. That's your goal. And what happens is that you trace the angle like this, but do you know what happens when you start tracing angles like this?
You start like WAing and WDing. You start like rounding it.
Yeah, so you start rounding it.
Yeah.
And what happens is, because you're still using A and D, you're not actually W keying into these angles. So let's say you have this angle into B main, right? This is B main. This is the thingy. That's the first little pillar. That's the second little pillar. That is B main. Cool?
Mhm.
We agree? Don't say no.
Beautiful art. I love it.
Thank you. Incredible. You got the thingy. Well, you actually got like a slant, and then you got logs, and then you got whatever, right?
Yeah.
What happens when you round corners is, let's say a player is here holding you like this. If you peek like this, how I'm about to peek, so I'm ready for a fight like you are. You're ready for a gunfight, right? You have a crosshair away from the wall. This is great. This is perfect. And now I want to commit to a gunfight. So what should I do? I want to commit to the
should.
B main.
Yeah, you should pre-aim where they're gonna be and then swing.
Right? Why is this the case? Why is this important?
Well, because they don't need to move their crosshair.
So you don't need to move your crosshair, but what happens by movement?
It's more linear. It's like faster.
Yeah, so it's more like it's almost like a T if you look from this
Yeah.
perspective. If we draw a line, if I'm here, it's more like a T. You see?
Mhm.
I'm doing a straight movement this way. It's more like a T. So what happens when I start rounding corners like this?
It's
What does
just
that
sort of
angle look like?
yeah,
What does that
it's
movement look like?
like a P almost.
It's like a curve. It's more like it's
Yeah.
more like this. It's like this, right?
Mhm.
And in that movement, you are slower because
Mhm.
it takes longer to go from here to go from here. You know what I mean? It takes longer to do this movement than this movement because this
Yeah.
is technically a longer line. If we straightened out this, it would probably
Yeah, it's
look more like
longer.
that, right?
Yeah.
It would look longer, and therefore you are slower. So whenever you do this kind of movement where you are moving your crosshair away from you're like dragging your crosshair like that, you are going to be objectively slower than someone who just peeks it and commits. Okay?
Mhm.
And so I want you to you can I would like you to play another deathmatch. I might ask you to come out halfway through because I just want to test you.
Yeah.
How quickly you kind of lock onto that idea.
Yeah, my only question would be like for something like that, how we were talking about taking that like low risk or like low commitment fight off of something like that off a T. I think one of the reasons why like I fell partially out of like practice for it is how do you like let's say you're like pre-aiming everything and you happen to like swing and then you tap, you just miss and you just keep swinging and you did it with like proper timing and that's just okay. Like you just swing too hard and then
Sorry,
I don't
wait.
know if that makes sense. I'm just like I felt like as if when I round, it doesn't like make sense when I'm trying to like explain it. But I feel oh look, of course, same fucking map. When I go through to like round the angle, I don't know. I don't even know like where my headspace is at with it. It's like I feel like when I don't explain it like on the wall. So let's say somebody that's an on angle. Yeah,
Right.
You hold here. Obviously, like I'm tracing it. That's wrong.
Yeah.
But if I full commit into this, getting that low effort is like, or that low commitment is just hard in my brain, if that makes sense.
You don't need to be low committed in these angles.
Okay. So it's just
like-
one of those. So if I'm walking around, whatever, then you take I'm walking around, this is just open. Somebody could be anywhere here. That's when you tap and then you just full commit. And then, or tap and then commit. But if it's something like, I know I'm going to peek behind that angle, you just peek with intention and then you...
Yeah, you peek with
go on.
intention. Just show me what you feel like is good technique. Just show me. You don't need to describe it if you can show it, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Oh, see, no, this is where I'm second guessing.
Don't stress it, just let your body do its thing. So you see how you rounded that corner?
Yeah.
Right? If you're not sure, then I'd rather to see you wide swing it, in my opinion. So even here, you kind of rounded that corner.
Yeah. Just trying to break that, I feel like it's going to be... I don't even know. It's so subconscious and like second nature to like just end up rounding it. Because I can feel myself doing it. Like this shouldn't even be a spot where you should just be able to just swing out and like not have to move. Because somebody's going to be there, like in a game.
So there you did like this 2-tap, right?
Mhm.
That is when you would want to do that 1-tap because you weren't on that. Your crosshair wasn't anywhere near that guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So that's when you
But yeah,
yeah,
don't worry about it.
of course, yeah.
Yeah, like that is better. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, better.
Dominating.
Yeah. One thing I've noticed straight away is your up down little flick thing you did completely gone. Great.
10 kills remaining.
Yeah, this is much better. You kind of rounded that angle a little bit. I think you noticed that.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, when you when you're in these angles where you see the one up and one
Yeah.
down, don't flick between the two because you're gonna get timinged. Just choose one. If they're up, you just pick one. You're getting owned. These people are fucking owning you. That's not
for
even like
real,
a.
This guy's
That's not
level
even like
94
a.
and he's the greatest player I've ever seen in my life.
This guy is like jumping around. I don't blame you.
Raise that.
Nice movement.
1 kill remaining.
He's just trying to get like, especially if I'm deady peeking something, if I'm like not there, getting my brain to be like, oh shoot, and then move,
That
or like one tap, like don't commit, is so hard. I
that
don't know
looks
why.
slow, but perfect. That is exactly what you need to work on. Okay,
it just feels so shit.
that's fine. That's great. Honestly, that's fantastic. That's exactly what I want to hear because that is exactly what you need to work on. Okay.
Mhm.
That kind of movement. Yeah, you're slow, but it looks better. It looks significantly better.
Yeah, it's just getting like, however fluid, quote unquote, I felt like just running around like an idiot, just into that is what I need to do.
Yeah, you need to make that a bit more fluid.
Yeah.
Is the answer. Do you have any questions?
I think I got the majority of what I can think of off the top of my head. Yeah.
Cool. Right. What I'm gonna do is you have two issues. Okay, the first thing I want you to do is fix that peeking technique. I think it's very simple. I think it's something you'll get quite quickly. This will be your first issue. This is just, I'm sorry, it's just not something I noticed straight away until you did that DM. So normally, I didn't realize how much of an issue it was, but it's actually it's a big fucking issue. For now, you can think of this as almost like a second session, like in one, because of the way that this kind of just happened. So firstly, I would like you to focus on your peeking technique. The core issue is we feel like we need to move our mouse at all times. We feel like we need to always be adjusting. And so the best thing to do, the best focus for you is make sure you're committing to your angles with your movement. right? You know which angles you need to commit to. It looks like from when I watched that, I had no problem with it. It was just a bit slow, a bit like non-fluid, bit not sure.
Yeah, it's like you have to think to breathe, like kind of.
Yeah. That's basically what I was noticing. For now, I would like you to focus on this. As soon as you did this, you lost your like up down flick thing
Yeah.
immediately. This was a huge thing. So yeah, definitely look at that. I'm gonna send you a video. Okay.
Mhm.
The video goes over peaking technique a bit more. There is a couple of things about peaking technique that you can get into a bit deeper if that's kind of your jam. You like theory. Let me see if I can. Peaking technique. Well, 2. Here. This video will go over peaking technique and a couple of like mistakes that some people would make with different sensitivities and stuff like that. But it also goes through peaking technique and how you're supposed to look when it looks good, advanced peaking technique, stuff like that. I may remake this video, but we'll see. But yeah, it will go over how good peaking technique looks like, how you can practice it, and things like this. So this should help. Do you have any questions?
No, I think I should be good. I'll definitely, before I get off tonight, I'll definitely end up looking into that because stuff like that is interesting. So going through and really like digesting that, it's gonna be something I'm gonna try to really lock in on.
So I mean, while I'm in the custom, a big part of peaking technique is what right now you've got down is this part. So we're going to break it down into 3 sections where it's like one section is the preparation phase is what I like to call it. It's you're getting ready to peek onto the first angle. Okay. So in this stage, I want to kind of name my intent. Maybe I want to go quickly. So maybe I use some silent util and then I use util on the flat or whatever. Like this is my intention to go fast.
Yeah.
Right. For most of this, our intention is to go slowly and to like lurk up. So a lot of the times we're going to be shifting, clearing of the first angle, and then we're going to peek. And we're going to really deady peek like this. And this is how we practice in the custom. So we're just kind of deeply understanding like, okay, which angle do we want to peek? How do we want to peek it? When do we use crouches? Things like this. Right? All of these types of things. This is how you... At first, this is how you practice it. And then you do it in a deathmatch. And I recommend maybe you go slowly to start with. And you really commit to some of these angles. Right? So instead of just like walking up and like going like this across the angles... Maybe you commit a little bit harder. So on that first main angle... Commit. Okay, and then maybe because it's a deathmatch, you ignore it a bit more. But then you like instead of peeking like this on the CT angle, it's kind of lazy. You go all the way back. You peek it properly, right? And then you peek these angles properly. Peek, peek, peek. Right. What you'll notice in the VOD as well that I sent you is I don't know if you're seeing this in my movement. Is I'm doing this little movement back. And it's something I talked about in a recent tweet called angle resets. And I'm gaining my speed back by unpeaking. So this is something super important when you are looking to...
resets that. And I think when I initially, like back when I was like hard, like trying to like inch around every single fucking angle, I was like, oh, I think I'm doing this right. Like back before like I even saw the tweet or anything like that.
Right.
And I was like, oh, yeah, I see people do that. I see them do the little motion back into the corner. But instead, I was just like, I don't know, slow as shit. And I was just swinging my shoulder before anything else.
Yeah.
Instead of actually like committing to each on angle.
Yeah. I mean, if you want, I can jump in a deathmatch and show you how it looks like. I haven't played in a minute, but like if you want like a okay example of what it looks like to be fluid in a deathmatch, focusing on this type of thing, if you want that, I'm down to do that.
Go in for a second. Yeah,
I'll do that.
Throw in, and then
no problem.
Any more of your time?
No, that's no problem at all. So I'll try and show you what it looks like to be a little bit more fluid when you're peeking.
Yeah, because that's the thing is trying to like visualize how to be intentional without like.
Fuck off. Actually, fuck off.
That's
I might
not
have
real.
to. I don't know the angles. I genuinely don't. I'll try it. I no. I don't think I can. I've genuinely never played this map. I'll try it. Why am I in a box? What the heck?
Oh yeah, no, that's stupid. It's redhead up here too.
That's crazy. Why am I in a box? Why am I here? Whoa. I know there's an angle there. Didn't peek it though. That is so much deeper than I thought it would be. I keep trying to peek it like there.
Yeah, and that's like the entirety of the bomb site too. It's so small.
Why am I keep going? Okay. It's gonna trip me the fuck out.
Fight.
I'll try my hardest.
Okay.
I feel so bad for those guys who are just knifing. I don't know what's going on.
One.
You can also generally see how I use like shooting technique as well in these gunfights.
Hologram.
That guy peeked well. You see how that guy peeked? He like did like a little jiggle and fully wide commit. That was really nice of him.
Hostile down. 3 down. 4 down.
You see how I hit that guy's body and then I just kept moving because I knew he couldn't shoot me. Whoa, you can get shot from there?
Got sky.
Ooh.
Clean.
His mid angles kind of suck for what you want to practice.
Target down.
Okay, I'm being a fucking deathmatch nerd right now.
confirmed. Problem solved. So long.
Do you see how when I'm peeking, I'm like basically all AD peeking there?
One less.
Yeah, and I can like see when you're like staging because you'll stop like tracing. It'll be like holding for people, and they have to like okay, I want to shoot something when it's different.
Yeah. Ah. Whoa, that guy went super close. Holy shit. People close doors in deathmatch.
Not only do they close the door, they close the unbreakable long ass rotate door.
Yeah. One thing I use a lot, which takes a bit of getting used to, is crouches. Crouches are very particular about when you want to use them. A lot of people kind of misunderstand crouches quite a lot and tend to overuse crouching. So I'm going to try and crouch when I go into these on angles. I use it as a mix-up in some fights. So for example, I tried to spray there because I thought maybe I can get that kill. Whoa. I just haven't seen this entire part of this map. I'm just like, what the
only
fuck?
spawned on the other side of the map except for the one time.
Yeah, I spawned mostly here. I'm getting comfortable over here. Middle area, kind of. Wait, I can't go that way. Fucking door is blocking me.
5 kills remaining.
3 down.
Yeah, it's good. It's literally meta to spray like that. You're like this close to someone?
Yeah, and just
Yo, where's this person at?
1 kill remaining.
Low-key meta. He'll lose his deathmatch because of these broken doors. Unbreakable doors, sorry. Unlucky.
Okay.
Oh, that sucks.
yeah. I really do appreciate it.
Why not
I
start
feel
now?
a lot better about it, and I'm gonna try me and my duo are like kind of boys, so I'm gonna try to give it a little bit. I'm gonna try to symbiosis some of the shit that I know and see if I can help him out. But
Cool. Yeah. No
I know
worries.
it's the same problems, but I appreciate it so much, and I'll keep you updated.
Bet. Definitely do. I hope that deathmatch at the end was any type of helpful, because that was
Yeah, it
terrible.
definitely helped out a little bit. Like you said, once you got comfortable with it, I mean, you could really see like when you have that intention behind it, and then when you're obviously holding other people, which I kind of get the
Yeah.
thing. But if you're gonna peek something where somebody should be there, like it's a threat, then you have to
Yeah,
just
and
hard T strafe into it.
T straight into it, exactly. And like it's not slow, you know what I mean? Like I'm not like I'm purposefully clearing the angle, right? There is a time that I take to make sure there is or is not a guy there, but otherwise like it's not slow. It's fairly intuitive because obviously I've done it for a long time. But it's definitely not slow, and it's pretty fluid, even on a completely new map that I've played literally twice.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what, like, you kind of want to get to that level of speed eventually. Honestly, you might even want to be slower than that because like, especially right now when you're looking
while
to
you're learning.
practice and learn, I would definitely suggest slowing it down more than that. But yeah, that's kind of what you're looking for, is just be intentional on those T peaks, and then there's a bit on that video when it comes to your speed. One thing that maybe you noticed, maybe you didn't, was I'm very fast on those peaks as well. Obviously I'm using jiggles sometimes as well if I feel like, you know, maybe I want to jiggle out an angle, don't know what it is exactly, or you know, sometimes I just use jiggles if I think someone is there and I want them to shoot or however.
Yeah, and then you.
And then I'll go wide, right? And if you see my shooting technique, especially, is I do lots of these kind of taps, and then I commit when I feel like I might be able to get the kills. Basically, all of the time I can kind of run you through mentally, like, okay, I'm using one taps here because I feel like I'm holding and I want to, you know, I want to keep moving, right? Or like, especially in like holding technique situations, I'll do one taps and then I'll adjust my movement and then I'll commit to the gunfight. But yeah, definitely get into the habits of that peaking technique, speed that up, make it fluid. It looked good, like, I'm not going to complain. But if you had questions about, you know, fluidity and how it looks like when you're in a deathmatch and how you still want to get kills, right? I was 39 kills and I could have won that deathmatch if I was not fucking cucked by a door, you know? Like, if I didn't have the super like long rotates, probably win that deathmatch. If it was better on some of these kills, yeah, I'd win that deathmatch. Like, I'm not getting no kills in that deathmatch. It's not like I'm slow. Even though I'm intentionally looking to clear those angles, I'm still getting gunfights just fine. So yeah, don't worry about that. That was all I'm trying to prove, by the way. It's like you still get plenty of kills if you're intentionally clearing things, and if anything, you get more kills.
Right now it's all red carpet, even in the DM. So there's only up from here. So
well, you know what I say. Stop dueling with that guy, and no, you're fine. Yeah, I hope that helped. If you have any questions, then just shoot me anything. If you have clips or anything you want to show me, then feel free. Do you want me to keep this unlisted, or do you want me to keep it public?
I mean, you're fine with whatever. If you think somebody else can get value from it, you can leave it public. But
I might leave it public just to see how it goes. But yeah, thank you so much for the session, Hatch.
Thank you.
Appreciate
so much.
you.
Have a good rest of your night.
Let me know how you go. By the way, in a couple of weeks' time, if you feel like nothing is working for you still, you feel like you know you are not improving, you're not improving as quickly as you want to, or you just want to quickly have me look at your VOD, I do free follow-up sessions. So in a couple of weeks' time, send me another VOD and be like, hey, does this look okay? And I will double check it for you. Okay? So there's absolutely no stress about anything. Just do your best for the next couple of weeks. If it doesn't work out for you, come again. Send me another VOD. I'll look through it in my spare time. It might not be a one-to-one call like this. I think I'll just watch it in my own time, generally speaking. Not a lot of people don't need it, but lots of people just like to send a VOD anyway, just to be like, hey, am I doing this correctly? Like, how does it look? Do you feel like I can move on to something else? Like, and I'll be like, oh yeah, you can maybe work on this a little bit and then move on to something else. Some people just like doing that. Some people have genuinely struggled and come back to me and been like, hey, I really still don't understand what's going on. I'm really not fixing anything, and then we'll go over and have a full session again, basically, just to make sure that maybe I'll change up the way that we practice it. Maybe there's like a misunderstanding, a fundamental misunderstanding that needs to be, you know, cleared up, and then they'll move on from there. So yeah, just you have another session if you would like to. It's totally free of charge, so yeah, no stress about that.
Awesome.
But yeah, other than that, let me know how you get on, and have a lovely rest of your day.
Awesome, thank you.
Ciao.